Hi to all, welcome to Chemistry Online. So, in previous class we discussed about hydrogen bond and molecular orbital energy diagram of O2. So chapter is finished. Now we are going to discuss one more new chapter, that is nothing but states of matter. States of matter. It is the new chapter we are going to discuss. So this is the fourth chapter, I hope, which carries 6 marks. 4 plus 2, 6 marks. So from this chapter you are going to get one 4 marks question and one 2 marks question, one short answer and one very short answer. Okay, so in previous chapter we discussed shape of the molecules, next bonds, how the bonds are formed between the two atoms, shape of the molecules, geometry of the molecules, all we discussed. But in this chapter we are going to discuss states of matter, how many types of matter, for existing matter what type of forces will be exist, we are going to discuss. Before we are going to discuss that, you have to know intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces. So what are intermolecular forces means? The attractive and repulsive. Attractive the attractive and repulsive forces. The attractive and repulsive forces between the particles, between the atoms or molecules. Atoms or molecules are called intermolecular forces. So based on the intermolecular forces, based on the attractive and repulsive forces, or based on the intermolecular forces, matter can be existing many types. Okay, see here, next point, the attractive intermolecular forces. The attractive intermolecular forces are called the attractive intermolecular forces are called van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces. Okay, van der Waals forces. Attractive intermolecular forces are called van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces are 4 types. Now we are going to discuss types of van der Waals forces. Types of van der Waals forces. Okay, how many types of van der Waals forces means? 4 types of van der Waals forces. The first one is London forces. London forces or dispersion forces. London forces or dispersion forces. Okay, the second one is dipole forces. Dipole forces. Third one is and dipole induced dipole forces. Dipole induced dipole induced dipole forces. Okay, next fourth one is hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond. How many types of forces, van der Waals forces we have? London forces, dipole forces, and dipole induced dipole forces, and hydrogen bond. So London forces means these are the attractive forces between a atom and a non-polar molecule. Arises, the attractive forces arises between a atom and a non-polar molecule. Here the attractive forces arises between two polar molecules. Here a attractive forces arises between a polar molecule and a ion. Here the weak electrostatic attractive forces between a partially positive charged hydrogen atom and a highly electronegative atoms having nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, like that. So these are nothing but 4 types of van der Waals forces. Based on van der Waals, these type of van der Waals forces, matter can be existing in 3 types: solids, liquids, gases. Now in this chapter we are going to discuss gases and gaseous depthly, and liquids lightly we are going to discuss. First one is nothing but a gaseous state. Okay, it is the very simple state. Now you have to know how many gases are present in the periodic table. Okay, so it is the simple state. Okay, total 11 gases are present in the periodic table. Total how many elements we have? 118. Out of 118, 11 gases are present. Total 11 gases are exist. Total 11 gases are exist. Okay, hydrogen, next nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, okay, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 gases are exist. Okay, now you have to know physical properties of gases. Physical properties of gases. Okay, gases are compressible. If you applied pressure, they give response, that is nothing but a compressible. So gases are compressible. Then gases do not have shape and volume. Shape and gases do not have shape and volume, perfect shape and volume. Okay, next, gases spread equally in all directions. Gases gases spread equally in all directions. Okay, equally in all directions. Next, gases mix in all proportions. Gases mix in all proportions. Next, gases have low density on comparing to solids and liquids. Okay, so gases are compressible. Next, gases do not have shape and volume. Gases spread equally in all directions. Gases mix in all proportions. So gases have low density. So these are physical properties of gases. Next, you have to know measurable properties of gases. Measurable properties. Measurable properties. Okay, first one, pressure. It is denoted by P. So second one, volume. It is denoted by V. Then third one, temperature. Temperature, T. Okay, then fourth one, moles. Moles, small n. So these are the properties, gases having measurable properties like this. So if you want to know the behavior of gases, then you know the relation between these measurable properties. If you want to know the behavior of gases, then you have to know the relation between these measurable properties. Okay, so for knowing relation between measurable properties, we have to discuss some gas laws. Okay, so here the first gas laws. So the first gas law is proposed by Boyle, Robert Boyle, in 1662. Okay, so it is very important, which is nothing but a Boyle's law. Boyle's law. What is Boyle's law means? Keeping temperature constant. He is keeping temperature constant. Temperature constant. Then the volume of the given mass of a gas is inversely proportional to its pressure. The volume of the given mass of the gas is inversely proportional to its pressure. At constant temperature, the volume of the gas is inversely proportional to its pressure. It is called Boyle's law. So for removing proportionality, I am keeping constant. Okay, so then PV equal to K. It is a Boyle's law. It is a Boyle's law. See, if the volume is expanded to V1 to V2, if the pressure is expanded to P1 to P2, then see, if volume V1 and V2 pressure P1 and P2, then P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. If volume V1 and V2 and pressure P1 P2 means initial volume is V1, then expanded to V2, and initial pressure is P1 and expanded to P2, then what happened, relation between pressure and volume equal to P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. Okay, then we may draw a plot between pressure and volume. Okay, if you draw a plot between pressure and volume, see here, it is a pressure, it is a volume, then the graph is like this. Okay, so it is a pressure, it is a volume, it is a temperature. Here it is a 600 kelvins, then 400 kelvins, then 200 kelvins. Okay, if pressure increases, then volume decreases. If volume increases, pressure decreases. So this graph is called isotherm. So this graph is called isotherm. It is called isotherms. Why? Because the temperature is constant now, so it is isotherm. If you draw a plot between pressure and 1 by V, then you will get constant which touches at a origin. Okay, it is a T1, it is a T2, it is a T3. Then here T3 is greater than T1, T1 is greater than T2 is greater than T3. Okay, so it is P is inversely proportional to 1 by V, it is a 0. So these are the plots which are nothing but for Boyle's law. Okay, next Charles law. Next Charles law. So what is the Charles law means? Here temperature is constant, he is keeping pressure constant, P equal to constant. Okay, at constant pressure, the volume of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to temperature. Okay, if you want to remove this proportionality, means at constant pressure the volume of a given mass of any gas is directly proportional to its temperature. Then if you want to remove this proportionality, you have to keep a constant. So V equal to KT. Then here V by T equal to K. It is nothing but Charles' law. See, he said that for every 1 degree C, rise of temperature, rise in temperature, volume of the gas will be increases, volume of the gas will be increases 1 by 273 times. Okay, he said that for every 1 degree C rise in temperature, volume of the gas will be increases 1 by 273 times. If you decrease 1 degree C temperature, then volume of the gas will be decreases 1 by 273 times. Okay, so at 0 degrees Celsius, volume equal to V naught. At a T degrees Celsius, volume equal to V T. Then adding V T equal to V naught plus T degrees Celsius by 273 into V naught. So Vt equal to V naught. We are adding, means 1 by 273 times increases now. So I am adding. Then what happened? V naught common 1 plus T degrees Celsius by 273. Then here V naught equal to 273 plus T degrees Celsius by 273. It is Vt. Then Vt by V naught equal to 273 plus T degrees Celsius by 273. Okay. On comparing this, we may give V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2, or V1 by V2, V1 by V2 equal to T1 by T2. Okay, see here, at a T equal to, if T equal to minus 273 degrees Celsius, then volume becomes 0. So then volume becomes 0, means here minus 273 degrees Celsius is not there. So one more new scale is introduced, that is Kelvin scale. In Kelvin scale, minus 273 degrees Celsius is equal to 0 kelvins, or 0 degrees Celsius is equal to 273 kelvins. It is nothing but absolute zero. It is called absolute zero. Absolute zero. Okay, this is Charles' law. Okay, so minus 273 degrees Celsius is equal to 0 Kelvin. So 0 degrees Celsius equal to 273 kelvins. So it is called absolute zero. Okay, then if you draw a graph Then if you draw a graph between plots between volume and temperature. So this is a temperature in degrees Celsius. So it is a 0, it is a 100, 200, 300, 400. It is a minus 100, minus 200, minus 300, and it is a minus 400. Okay, this particular point is called minus 273 degrees Celsius. Okay, now it is a P1, it is a P2, it is a P3. Then P1 is less than, P2 is less than P3. So this graph is called isobars. This graph is called isotherms. Why? Because here temperature is a constant. Here what is constant? Pressure is constant. Okay, this is briefly Charles' law. So Charles' law means the volume is directly proportional to temperature. So here volume is inversely proportional to its pressure. In this one temperature constant, in this one pressure constant. This is graph for Boyle's law, that is graph for Charles' law. Okay, so this is the way we may discuss gas laws. This is very important for 4 marks. Okay, this is today's class.